So this is when things all come together. After talking about what kind of business you want to be doing and talking about branding your business and creating a brand identity, you should have an idea and a sense of how and what type of style you'd want your online portfolio to look like. So, as a photographer, there are various ways on how to showcase your work online. There is social media such as Instagram, and you could create a Facebook page as well as obviously creating your website. So, the most popular and professional way is to have a website. So nowadays, it is lucky for us that there are various online sites which help you create your own website, such as Wix, Squarespace, and I'm sure a lot more. So usually while using these sites, it is gonna be more professional looking if you purchase your own domain, and this might have a little cost monthly, but I can tell you that it is gonna be beneficial and helpful with the growth of your business. You'll be able to make it back and pay for it throughout your business journey. But by having your own domain, it is just going to be more clean and just it'll come across more professional. So by creating a website, you basically have full control of how you want it to look because you could customize it completely so it could benefit you, and basically you could showcase your brand identity and portfolio in any ways that you can. So with Facebook and basically Instagram, obviously there are set templates that you can't change, but when having your own website, you could customize it to truly fit your aesthetic, and your personal style will come across to your potential clients and your audience. So as I said before, when you create your website, you have full control on how you want it to look. And now we'll be talking about some of the most important things that you should have when you make a website. The first thing is your portfolio. So when creating your portfolio page, there are various ways you could do this. A lot of photographers do a lot of different things. For instance, some photographers just pick one photo or the best photo from that particular session and just post their best images throughout the page. And sometimes you could even create an album. So basically you take the best photo from that one session as the main image on the page, and then you could choose to basically, if you click that photo, it'll open up to a new page or however you want to design it, and then it'll display maybe 5 or 10 of more photos from that one session, and then you could have a whole album basically on your website. So you could basically get creative, and then if you only want to showcase one photo from a particular photo session, you can, or you could publish more than one, and it's all up to you. Like I said, when you have your website, you have complete freedom. But for me, it's gonna be better if you don't post too many photos. Just stick to the best ones that you like and that really represent your style, so it doesn't get too cluttered and too full. And the second thing that is very important to have, for me personally, I feel, is your About Me page, because then when your potential clients or even your followers or audience go through your website, they can get to know a little bit more about you. As photography is, for me anyways, it's very emotional and kind of intimate, so people want to know the photographer that they will be hiring. They want to know a little bit about you. You don't have to go full and then write your whole life story, but it's going to be good to for other people to know a little bit about you and what you do. And then obviously it's going to be important to have a contact page so people know where and how to contact you, because maybe a potential client stumbles upon your website and they love your stuff and they want to get to know and get in touch with you, but it's going to be hard for them basically to get in touch. So for me, it's very important to have a contact page with your maybe email, and optional if you want to put your phone number there so people can contact you directly. And with Wix and Squarespace, it's good because sometimes you could even choose to have the contact form template that they have and they provide. So maybe you could have the contact form and then even add your email address on the same page, so it's easier, but it's entirely up to you. But just having a contact page is very important. And obviously, social media plays a big part in getting noticed and showcasing your work. So for me, it's important to have your social media links. You could either make a tab and a full page with it, or even have the icons somewhere visible on your website with the links straight to maybe your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so on. So here are things that I think are bonuses or even optional. Some people have testimonies on their page, and an availability calendar, even a blog. Aside from websites, photographers also tend to use photo-specific platforms such as Flickr, Behance, 500px, Zenfolio, and the list goes on. So these platforms cater specifically to photographers and sometimes videographers, to showcase their portfolio and also to connect with other photographers and even potential clients. Like I said before, when you have your website, you could customize it completely to your liking, but with platforms such as the ones I mentioned before, they have a set template. So all you have to do is click and upload your photos, add the title and maybe a little bit of information about the photo shoot, and then bam, it's on, and you have an online gallery as a photographer to showcase your work. So what I like about these photography platform websites is that you can easily connect with other photographers, and I feel like as a photographer, it's good to have connections with other photographers and create friends in the same industry, because you never know if you'll need a second shooter, and you could easily find one and connect with one around your area. On these platforms, you could see if you guys have the same style and aesthetic and if you connect well together. And even you could pass on jobs if you're unavailable, and basically connecting a network of with people who enjoy the same things and do the same things as you, I think is good for life. Also, sometimes these websites have a section for jobs and clients, and maybe you never know, you could even acquire a client from these platforms. So as a photographer, your online presence is very important, as it will benefit you a lot with your journey, and basically it could help you acquire more clients, as your online link is basically just a click away. And by having an online presence and showcasing your work online, you are able to attract more clients and basically an audience and a following, and you could just connect more with people, and you could showcase your lovely work to anyone to see, basically. So as I mentioned briefly in the branding segment, it is important that your online presence remains cohesive and consistent throughout each one. It is important to keep the same mood and theme throughout. One important tip is don't forget to update your work. So it is going to be important that you don't forget to update your online platforms, such as your website, your social media pages like Instagram and Facebook, and even your photo specific platforms, because it is going to be important that your followers and your potential clients are up to date, as you will constantly be shooting and then getting new jobs and creating amazing photos, and basically your style and your journey evolves. So it's going to be important to keep and constantly publishing your new work.